And just in case that last video did record and you saw it on YouTube, hi and welcome back. I'm streaming here on twitch.tv/Ziggyster and we are doing our Legacy Challenge. Now, the rules of the challenge are pretty simple. I have my own rules. First, I'm going to be trying to reach generation 26, which this does not count. Greg does not count. He is our starting sim, but he does not count as generation 1. Generation 1 is going to be whoever his children are. Heirs will be chosen at random. If no heir is chosen by the time current sim dies, it will be assigned to the eldest child. I cannot move houses or lots, so where we've parked our butts is where we're staying for the remainder of this playthrough. Every fourth child will be transgender. That is because I myself am transgender, and it's realistic. 25% of all people are some form of transgender, whether they are binary or non-binary. And truth be told, that number kind of changes every day as you see more people being educated. You start to see more people realizing that they might be transgender. So, we need to keep it realistic and make sure that we have good representation here in our little town and in our little family. Adopted children are considered to be heirs. Stepchildren, however, are not considered to be heirs. One of the birth parents must be on the family tree or must come from the family tree. I said that stepchildren, if they're adopted, can be. But basically what I mean is if the stepchild is the only child at the time the heir dies, then the stepchild can inherit it. They will have been considered adopted, but we really want to have a child who's either adopted by or birthed by a person who was naturally on the family tree prior to the marriage. And dead is dead. Ghosts cannot reclaim their heir title, and they cannot become heirs if they died before the current sim died. However, they can continue on living on the lot. We're not going to stop them if they want to spend their afterlife with their family. They most certainly are free to do that. Okay, those are the rules, and let's go ahead and keep going. Oops. Oops. We better apologize. We overstepped our bounds with our. See? 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 That's why we shouldn't be mischievous, Greg, to new people. Gossip about neighbors. You don't even know any neighbors. This is literally the only neighbor you know, sir. Okay, let's find out what she does. What is that? I don't have the pets expansion. Is he a fox? Will you zoom in and let me see? He did not like your singing, sir. Alright. Sad. How are you going to blog about feelings if you don't have a computer and you hate a computer? You moved out here in the countryside to get away from all that. Okay. Let's see. It's okay. Zoom out for me, please. Have an hour before you go to work, so let's use a toilet. Oh, huh. Well, that's disgusting. I don't have a sink. But you said you wasn't off the grid. Okay. Nice. Okay. Oh, it starts in 24 hours. Oops. Okay, let's cheer ourselves up. What are you doing in the bed? Oh. Old Robin Hood. We're gonna rename him. Yeah. Anybody see that old cartoon, the Disney cartoon? Of course, people have. He needs a lot more practice. Let's see. You're starting to get hungry. And we already saw what some of those options were. Huh. Huh. It's not like I have anything in there to preserve. Okay. I really like the cottage stuff. All the little florals. Those lamps. Admittedly, those lamps look like something you would see on Pinterest, but I think they're really cute. Now zoom out, be a good mouse. Sims can only fish here once this pond has been stocked with fish. That's what I thought. Place a fishing allowed sign from build mode and use it to add fish. Okay. But we can look for frogs. Okay. Do push ups. Do push ups. No, not a jog. Geez, we're not that healthy. Okay. Mm. Click on the ground and select do push ups. Okay. Okay. Lot taxes is going to be 241. Power, water. Obviously, one of the good things about cottage is when you're living off the grid, um, you don't have to pay the power and the water bill, which I thought was actually a pretty neat little thing. Um, oh, interesting. Okay. So this is new function since I last played Sims. You can store and sell water power. I don't know. Maybe that's part of the cottage update as well. I know this is though. I know this is. So our total bills are going to be 181. Let's go take a look at those challenges. I want to see what those were about. Okay. Oh, up here. Oh, what's this? Oh, yeah. Okay, traits. I guess those challenges, those are literally just the three challenges. Okay. So we have the wild foxes. Their wild foxes will appear on this lot, being a nuisance to your garden, chickens and rabbits. I knew about the chickens. Okay. Off the grid. This lot is not connected to the utility grid, and most objects that use power or water will not function as expected. Can your sim survive without the comforts of plumbing and electricity? Natural living does have its advantages, such as no utility bills. And oh, that's available with the regular Sims 4. Ha! Okay, so that was one of the regular Sims updates that I just wasn't aware of. But the wild foxes, that's the cottage living. So that's what Mr. Hood is. He's a wild fox. Okay. Um, our traits, we are going to private dwelling. A home lot with this trait deters all but the most determined of visitors. Natural light. Science lair. Let's see. Homey. I'm going to go ahead and give him homey and great acoustics because he is a musician. And you know what? He seems to be liking. Oh, no, no, no. For him, it's definitely convivial. The spacious but intimate feel makes it easier to practice charisma, comedy, and mischief to your heart's content. Great acoustics. The acoustics are perfect here, a great place for any musician to hone their skills. And homey. The homey vibe helps Sims quickly master the domestic arts of cooking, mixology, handiness, and gardening. Okay, so right now we've got so one bedroom, oh, one bath. I don't even know why I'm writing those in. It doesn't matter. It's residential. Okay. Okay. Design tool, sledgehammer, bulldoze, afternoon. Okay, the rest of it is pretty much as I remember. Yeah. Okay. You feel better now? Feel better, Greg? Now that you've done some push-ups? Okay, what do you feel like doing? By a pool. Huh. Why don't we? Okay, it's actually getting a little dark. I know this is normally the time you would be at work, actually, but let's see. It's pretty. Okay. Okay. What is this travel? I guess we're finding out what travel is. I don't know if it means travel to another city or oh, okay, okay. Let's go to the gnome's arms. Yes. Yes. Fun fact, I absolutely love gnomes. I collect them, and I'm even planning on a gnome costume for Halloween. Ooh, I should have, because if you get the cottage living, if you get it before September, you're supposed to get these, exclusive items. I'm gonna have to look up and see what those were because, well, I'm pretty sure the gnome thing was one of them. Oh, could go ahead and save. Okay, let's see. It's starting to run a little choppy for me. Hopefully, it's not too choppy for you. Sims 4 usually runs pretty good on my computer, but I wasn't sure. Okay, laptop mode. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a brief break while I restart that and see if that helps a little bit with that with the frame rate. Hold on.